No lost balls, raw golf, triple bogey, sim life talk, come and ride with the homies. Big shots, hot takes, we do it for y'all. Welcome to the pod. No lost.
So welcome back. I'm going to recap. I don't think I had I had one audio thing off, which of course I had something off because what I was trying to say is it's been a crazy couple of weeks. I'm glad to be back. RRaw and I were just catching up. So this is episode 3, and I will say I'm slightly unprepared. But RRaw, how have you been? I mean, last couple of weeks for you, you've had some new things, some tough things, and I've got some of those to share as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's really, really good to be back with you, mate, and see you doing well and stuff. And a very hard couple of weeks for yourself, and we've talked through it, and it's been a hard time. But yeah, things haven't been great with me the last couple of weeks. So it's been a bit of an up and down ride. I managed to contract the flu, so that ripped me off for like 4 days in bed, which wasn't great. But then obviously, I want to touch on it, the loss of Theo, which the chat will, my chat will 100% know Theo, who was my British bulldog, my dog, that sadly passed away last Wednesday. Is a very rough period, just dealing with that. He felt very unwell after our last time we spoke, and which I think actually when we spoke, I'd actually taken him to the vets that day, so that was the start of it. And it just progressively downhill, and sadly lost his fight. And things have been very difficult. It's been very difficult to get back to normal in a very silent house. But I do want to say like a huge thank you. Again, I've put a video out to say it, but I really want to reiterate it. A huge thank you to my community, the No Lost Balls podcast community, the RRaw golf community, and just the sim golf community throughout the entirety of TikTok and the internet. It's been nothing short of incredible, the amount of support that myself and I've seen shown triple, and it's really important that we're there for each other. So massive thank you to everyone, and we get back to it. And we go. But mate, I'd love to hear, and I'm sure that the chat would as well, how you've been, and also, for you to share with us what you want to share with us, mate.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it is. I mean, we got to catch up, and I got to say, it's as many know, and some may not, and it is pretty personal. But at the end of the day, I'm pretty public at this point, as well as you, pretty transparent. It's hard to not be. Kind of the hardest day of my life to this point, and I'm sure there's other people can relate. Many people have. I lost my father about 2 weeks ago, and so it was a very, very difficult time. It's hard to explain everything a person goes through. If you've gone through it, it is as we would all expect. It's a difficult thing, and I had a great dad, one of the best in the world, and that's what makes it so tough. So we were about to start our podcast a couple of Fridays ago, and I got a call, and so it was jumping in my car and driving really fast and finding out some really tough news. But what I will say is, there's obviously the highs, the lows, the hard things in life, and this was one of the really hard ones. The people of the community, like you said, you were one of the first I messaged because I stood you up on a time. By the time everything had kind of come to light and realized, I looked at my phone and it was 1:00. We were supposed to start the podcast. And so I sent you a kind of a crude message, just like things aren't okay. And very, very tough week. But going back to what you said, I have never received so many messages from so many people. And if I did not reply to all of them, I promise you, it's like I've got a basket full of thank you cards to send out, and I plan to. So there are some that I haven't replied back to, but it's because there was so much support. It's almost hard to have done it in a real time. I probably had, and I am so grateful for it because there were some real highs and there were some real low moments. And messages would seem to hit right at the perfect time, or it felt like there was always one there. I would say between Discord and Facebook and my phone, of people just from the sim community, I probably had over 150 different people and multiple messages from them. I mean, imagine the little red icon on my phone. It's as large as it's ever been with unread, and they aren't unread because I can see them, but I have to leave them that way because I want to reply. I want to give everybody a reply. I went through one night and probably sent 75 replies. But the broader message here for all of that is just thank you. Like, thank you to everybody. The community sent my mom flowers. They sent my mom a big sum of DoorDash credits so, she can get groceries or, essentials or whatever else. Got many cards, many messages through all the different platforms. And then the coolest thing that happened, not related to the golf sim world, one of the most kind of unique and signals of intent from the community for me was I log into the GS Pro dashboard, and I had first gotten a message from Ubsy Golf, who's very supportive as well, that said hey man, the tournament's this week. How cool is that? It was a short message like that, and I'm like, what does he mean? And I was in the middle of sort of the feeling sorry for yourself stage at the time, and we were having some tough days. And I go and I turn on the sim, and I just load up the GS Pro tournament section, and tournament after tournament after tournament after tournament was renamed to the Rinkin Memorial. That's my last name. That's what my, to honored my dad, right? And so it was really, really, really cool to see everybody force everyone in the sim community to play my home course. And so if you played Willow Run last week and you played it a lot and you noticed everybody was playing it, thanks to everybody in the community, it was in honor of my dad. So it was really cool to see that, because I know if I pick the same course as you in a week, RRaw, I feel a little guilty because I'm making people play it twice. So the commitment to the intent of that for all of the guys running leagues, knowing that's kind of a pain on the community a little bit to do that for me and for my father and for my mom. When my mom found out, she was in tears. How cool is that, man? It's just so cool to see that and to feel that love. So, and then I got the message from you. You were going through a tough time at the same time, and it was just kind of wild how we were all in this sort of state of grief, So, yeah. But the community's out here, and like I see in the chat, you got me in my prayers. You got my, you and your family. I saw the same thing for Theo. I saw you got a memorial shirt for him. Yeah, pretty cool stuff, man.
Yeah, I'm gutted as well that I wasn't even playing golf last week. I'd love to have played that in them tournaments, but yeah, I was just written off, just so unwell as well. It was just a very weird couple of weeks. But yeah, I mean, it's incredible to hear your story of the simulator community getting together. It's like one of, I saw a little bit in the background, and it was just so impressive to see. And like I said, with myself and just seeing everyone coming together, it's been crazy, and it actually humbles you massively. It makes you realize that this is a very, very, very good community of people.
It really does. When you look at leagues, I'm a competitive person, so there are times where I'm like, I have the second most league members, or I want to get more league members than that league member in that other league, or these little vanity metrics, or these little competitive things you think about when you're just a competitive person. And all of a sudden your competitive leagues, the people you maybe think yourself as you're competing with, but you're not, you're friends with them, they all drop what they're doing to say, and that, what it did was, it was a big gesture. I'm sure it got people going, why is this? What's it called that for? And it got them talking about my father and about me and about our family. And I'm sure it encouraged prayer, and it encouraged the people that reached out and some of those messages that I found. And so it's not a small gesture. It's a huge chain reaction, to a big event in my life. I didn't turn the sim on for 11 days. That has not happened since I built this place. And in fact, I don't think I've ever not, I think in 2 years, me not being live on the internet in 11 days has not happened. So I don't know if I've gone more than 3. So the big absence I felt, but what I also saw was people reached out more in those 11 days than they ever have. People showed love more than they ever have. My views on my page were higher than they'd ever been in those times. And so people were thinking of our family and thinking of, me, and I just feel super blessed to be a part of something like this. So,
It,
got to get
it's
that out
it
there right
is
away.
yeah, it's mind blowing, and it's mind blowing I don't know how about you yourself, mate, but I look at myself. I'm just some average guy that, like me personally, I play very average golf. Um, we have a good crack and a good laugh, and it's all good fun. But like to think that just thousands of very who are strangers to me in some way, other than the people that are in my community, that reached out to say something really nice in my period. Is just like in my period of sort of need a little bit was incredible. Yeah, and
Yeah.
the love I saw towards you was really humbling. I thought it was a fantastic thing to see, and you saw it everywhere. Everyone in my chat when I came back was asking about you. Is Triple Bogey okay? Yeah, I think he's getting on okay now. He's going for a tough time, but it's amazing. It's amazing, and yeah, like the t-shirts we had made for Theo was really fun. Like, to
I
some
gotta get
people I
one.
get it. To some people I get it. Like, some people might not see it as maybe a huge deal, but for me, like I live on my own, and the one thing I had was my dog. So it's been a hard couple of weeks, but the silence. But I think the lovely thing about it is the community. I felt like the community knew him as much as I did sometimes. You know,
Hmm.
it's lovely. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm,
I
I'm
had
glad we
some.
got a chance to say thank you together, because it's been, I think a lot of people see us as, two people that do a lot of things together as well.
We do, yeah. That's it. That's it. At the end of the day, it's the most sincerest of thank yous to all of you out there, and especially if there's people watching now, or if you're going to be watching this on the recording, which a lot will. Um, Sincerely, thank you. Bottom of my heart, it meant the world to me. There were days where it was just a terrible day, and it was just like, oh, wow, that's so nice of somebody. Or I even got stories from others that, you know, hey man, elders of mine, hey, I've lost my father. You're gonna feel X, you're gonna feel Y, and um, and then the positivity and all those things helped me so much. Um, and I think the road is still probably long ahead. I've been told the grief will probably come and go, but it's been good to get back online. It's been good to get back and communicate and to be able to thank these people. And I'm happy to be back. We streamed Live League for the first time again last night. I don't think I've laughed and kind of smiled that much in 2 weeks. So it shows me like how much, the being on the sim, being out in the sim, being with the community members, being in the discords really means to me. And it's a place that brings me joy and a place I'm going to, definitely lean on as I'm going through all this. So
100%. I think I'd love to end this little sort of part as well, and just touching on, we had some conversations in a chat live, only the other night, where we had, a young guy come in and say that he was struggling, and I'll reiterate what I said to him. Talking to people really makes a difference. You never know if the person you're going to talk to has experienced what you're experiencing, or isn't feeling great themselves, and maybe they'll have some advice for you that is making them feel better. um but we're stereotypical guys, that sometimes just keep everything to themselves. And one thing I've learned from anything, more than anything, from this last couple of weeks of seeing yourself go through your struggles, and myself as well, is that actually just jumping on here and telling everyone what the reality is has made a huge impact on me, and I'm sure it has you. And I would just say to everyone, talk up, get up and talk up, and you'll definitely get through it.
100%. It's been therapy. Well,
Yeah,
thank you, everybody. I think Ron and I both mean that from the bottoms of our hearts. It's for Theo, for my dad, and just this is a lesson for me and for everybody else. Reach out to people when they're feeling down. Send a message. It meant the world to me, and I'm going to do better at that for others. Let's just keep building this awesome community. Now, let's jump into some fun stuff, some golf world stuff. There's one thing I
yes,
wanted to get to like 2 weeks ago, and I know this isn't like maybe you're big as your bread and butter. I as a golf fan as a kid, I don't know if everybody followed the Anthony Kim story. When he was younger, he was just a phenom. He was wearing the white belt. He was winning major championships. He was playing. I don't know if he won a major championship. He was competing in them, but he was in Ryder Cups. We all saw him try to come back to the Live Tour. He didn't do well, but last week, or maybe it was 3 weeks ago now, it was back when I found this story. AK with a top 10 finish in the Singapore Open. So is AK back? And is this a big story to those out there in the chat? And where are my Anthony Kim fans at right now? He finished with a 67, 64, 69, and 70 for a tie 5th at the Riyadh Golf Club. Best ever result. Are we going to see AK come back? Do we feel this is a feel-good story for me, Raw? I don't know if you follow it, but I had to bring this up. This wasn't Raw's top topic, but it really meant something to me.
But is this what we all know to be golf? And you just have like an incredible couple of days, and then all of a sudden it all goes away again. I don't know. Is it a comeback, or is it just an incredible couple of days?
I think it's a comeback. I don't think so. I hope for it to be one. I hope that eventually we could see him go through these international series and these international tournament events and play through that Saudi side. He did have the best belt bling ever, by the way, Glitch Golf. I don't know if you remember, Rob, but he had like belt buckles with diamonds on them. And he had rap, like golf kind of rap songs written about him. He was pretty cool when I was coming up through my golf scene. So if I can see a guy like come back, clearly he's got the hands for it. He had the talent for it at one time. He went through kind of a dark period in his life, and he's hopefully coming out of that. So for me, this is like feel-good golf. This is like, I love a good comeback story, and I love a story of somebody who maybe was on the down and outs or maybe made some bad choices in life and is able to kind of pull themselves out of it. So when he failed at Live, I was like a little saddened in the heart. And to see him get a top 5, throw 4 professional scores, 70 and lower in a row, I think there's a lot of hope for AK out there. So,
I mean, someone that's, even if it's just a very good few rounds of golf, it's a very, very, very good round of golf, isn't it? It's not, arguably you could say he's having a really good couple of days, but that's a very low score. It's a very low score for anyone.
It is. And what he said was, to wrap this one up, he just said, hey, returning to Live was a huge opportunity for me, and it made these other things possible. And I'll read it verbatim here. He said, I'm going to play some events on the International Series Asian Tour in 2026, but it's a long way over here. So he wants to compete. He wants to come back to golf. He wants to do it for his family, and he's going to pick some events to play. So hopefully we'll keep you updated on the AK story coming up. But that was super exciting for me. Raw, you had a topic the other day we were talking about, and we've talked about this kind of in a theme as we've gone. It's why we started the podcast. It's kind of the rise of sim golf. And how did that come up for you? What was the sort of underlying question there?
I mean, actually, I was talking even today about this on, I think it was Eyesight Golf's live stream, and sim golf. I genuinely believe it that sim golf has now got its own market. And when I say that, I mean outside of golf, outside of other sport, it's like its own new sport. It's like, you're no longer just playing simulator golf because the golf course is closed, or because it's 9 p.m. at night and you want to do a round of golf. I actually think it's bigger than that. I think that sim golf has a place in sport as its own entity. You see the rise in the amount of sim golf centers opening. You see the how many people do I know that have got simulators now? It's just crazy. I mean, arguably, I am a content creator in the sim golf world, so I do know a lot of people with simulators. But it's true. You're seeing more and more sim builders come out the work as well, and it's great. But yeah, I just think I believe personally, it's making a huge difference to the sport of golf as well.
And like you say, I think what you say is what hits me when you say it. Like, we've been talking about sim golf market share growing and being bigger, and sim golf being its own thing. But kind of the way you say that is sort of where it hits me. It's like it's its own sport almost. So I've talked to outdoor golfers. They're like, nah, I don't play in the sim. Well, as the market share has grown and more people have them, it's like if when I don't know, say a video game comes out, maybe Fortnite comes out. If there's 2 people in the queue, you don't have a game. You need 100 to have a game, right? 100 players
Yeah.
queue into a lobby. Well, in sim golf, it used to probably feel like there was 2. There's now always a lobby you can join. There's dozens of discords that you can play on with other people. There's the SGT lobbies, the SGT tournaments. You've got TrackMan with their tournament system. And like you said right there, it's not like if you play outdoor golf, you can make the choice now. There are times where if it's rainy outside, I'm like, hey guys, do you want to just come play in the sim? Or if it's windy, like, do you want to, like some days I'm just like, I don't feel like going out there. You know, I can get 2 more rounds in here with 2 other people from across the world without having to leave my house. And it's really exciting with these lower cost launch monitors getting in the market. And now all your friends are able to have them and we can play together. It really feels like it's evolving into something where there's always a game and it's something I want to leave my house and come and do.
And that's the one of the biggest draws, I think, as well. Like you said, there is it's accessibility now. The accessibility is huge. I mean, when I first started my channel on here, you know, a year ago, so we say a year, and I had this crazy idea, this challenge. A Square Golf had just came out, and I had this crazy idea to build a simulator for less than £1,500. Right?
Yeah.
That's not a crazy idea anymore.
No.
Like, in fact, it's not even that impressive. Like, it's quite easy. So, like, in just a year, it's gone from people being amazed that I built a simulator for £1,500 to quite expecting it.
Yeah.
Because it has become easier. It's become more accessible. There's more places to buy it. There's more places to do it. If you want to find out what it's like, there's a sim center in my town, and my town is tiny.
That's what we're seeing, and you're seeing that pop up all over. There's no less than 3 new ones. With Back Nine came up. That's like a national brand. We have like a Golf Addiction. We have another one, and like you say, now it's like people come in and the first thing they say in my stream a lot, they might say it to you. The same thing is like, whoa, how much did that run you? Like as if it like blows their mind. And over time, the costs have increased, but it's a very legitimate response to say, hey man, you can get started for $1,500, $2,000, something like that. And people are actually like, what? You can? The perception of what it takes to build a sim is definitely off at the moment because there are all these low cost monitors coming into the market that are really high quality.
Yeah, and you got like, you know, like the Big Dog just said in the chat there, you know, a scratch golfer that's played 7 games outdoors this whole year.
He's generous when he says he's a scratch golfer. He's a plus golfer.
but plays 15 rounds a week in the simulator. Like that's since I mean I play no less than 10 rounds of golf a week in the sim.
Yeah.
And I spend hours practicing in there every week. I stream 98 hours a month in a simulator.
Yep.
In no way, shape, or form, unless I was unemployed, would I be able to spend that much time on a golf course.
No.
So, you know, and I just think golf itself, I don't know about you as well, and, you know, it's sort of moved slightly to just the sport of golf. But are we seeing golf become sexy again?
Hey, it absolutely is sexy right now. Golf is everywhere right now. You can't go anywhere without finding somebody that says, hey man, I just started playing golf. I swear, the other night we were out to eat and we were sitting bar side just to kind of avoid and get a quick meal while our kid was at a training session. We had to pick him up. We had an hour in between. And the guy next to me is talking to his buddy about how they just started playing golf. And in their mid 40s probably. They just started. But like the amount of people I've seen lately just catch the bug is crazy. Yeah. And I leaned over and I was like, that's great, man. You ever thought about getting a simulator? He's like, I could never afford that. And I'm like, buy a Square. And he's like, what? Doesn't know about it. And people talk about, like you're saying, you play that much golf indoors. They always ask me, does it improve your game? Does it help you? 100% it does. More touches with the golf ball to the club, it improves. I don't care what anyone says. So I think golf is definitely becoming sexy again. I don't know if it ever was. But it is right now. Everybody's trying to get into the golf game, and at the very minimum, if you're in the business world, it feels like golf is like a huge feather in the cap. That's another thing I think about it. And I think you're seeing that people that, businesses, you go on like a company retreat. One of the activities is golf. If you can't golf, then what do? It seems to feel that way anyways.
I just think that, well, I don't know about you or what anyone else, watching this might think, but I do think, and it's not me saying this as a content creator or, you being as a live stream content creator as well, but I think we have a role to play in that. I
Yeah.
think the internet, the guys on the internet have a role to play in that. It's accessible now to watch it. You couldn't watch it before. It was very personal inside your garage and you were hitting balls, no one was seeing you. But
Mm-hmm.
now I can flick through TikTok, and I do every day, and watch 10, 15 streams of people playing in golf sims.
That's awesome.
And that's crazy. And that is definitely making golf sexy again,
I love
because
it.
so I'm not even gonna say again. I'm just saying it's making golf sexy now. So, it's a whole new wave of golf fans. It's a whole new wave of people that are into watching golf and watching people like yourself, like me, like other people that maybe can be fun to watch, or, maybe we're the reason it's sexy. I don't know, but
It's definitely not me, but what I think is great for maybe former bodybuilder Raw over here, but what's great about watching someone play golf for me, and what I hope I bring to other people is, for one, I try to answer questions and try to help people, and that are looking to build their sim. Like, that's kind of what I was built my channel off of. But what I have fun watching other people play golf for is, you kind of understand how hard it is. Even if you're a good player, or you're a new player, or you're big dog, a scratch player, everybody has like the tough moments mentally, the shanks, the shot that's just horrible. Like, where did that come from? Or like maybe just a session where you log in for your stream and the whole thing is bad. You're like, I just didn't have it. It's like, it was so relatable. If you've ever played golf, that's relatable. And it's, everybody, a lot of guys will message me, hey, I want to stream, I want a golf streamer, I want to go on. I say, do it. And they're just like, well, I'm worried about her, I'm nervous. All of that stuff, if you were just spot on perfect all the time, you'd be a professional, for one. And two, people would be amazed and they would watch you, but it's not the expectation at all. And some of like the most, vulnerable moments when you're on stream or when you're doing it are those like tough times where you're just like, this game stinks.
Yeah. I was saying this the other day that actually, I look, guy, like, I don't know. I stream to a lot of people, and I get so nervous, like,
Mm-hmm.
every day, especially when I feel like I've warmed up and I don't quite feel my pitching wedges on, or I don't quite feel my 9 irons on, and I know I'm gonna have to hit a 125-yard shot. I know I've got to use my pitching wedge, and it's gonna be, that nervous shot every time. But the wild thing is that my biggest views ever was when I was hitting shanks. So actually, just be worse and you'll get more views. It's fine. Don't worry.
Even
It's
the
all
big
good.
dog gets nervous, he says. I mean, but it is true, though. But it's like, it's no different than when you go out to play around a golf with somebody. You can learn a lot about somebody in a round of golf. Can you laugh at yourself? You can. I have learned to over time. Maybe when I was younger and more competitive, it was harder to do. But golf's a humbling game, and it's growing because people are. It's more. I feel like as we stream more, people see that, hey, it's a humbling sport. It's hard for everybody. Get into it. Don't have shame in it. And then that learning curve, like, how encouraging is it? Like, when you start gaining a couple shots on your handicap, I guarantee you, everyone you talk to congratulates you because they all know how hard it is. It's like, I'll see guys come in the stream, hey man, I shot 90 last year and I'm shooting 85 now. And I can't help but say, like, I love it for you. Like, that is just amazing, right? Like, so
There's definitely a mouse or something on my
there's
roof.
a mouse over Raw's
I
head.
could hear something running above me on the roof, and it's driving me mad. Sorry. You see me like weirdly looking up.
It is just, well, he better be careful. I think, Raw, you can handle the mouse. Maybe maybe you can add him as a pet or add him as a new feature for the stream. But yeah, golf does. It
Yeah,
humbles everybody. It is growing like crazy. We did have a story that we could tie into this. We aren't really good at doing like segues, but we're going to talk about this. We've got a story here that talks about the golf rise, and this one surprised me. We try to look up some new stuff each week when we're doing these, and I don't know if you guys have heard of platform golf. I've seen them. I saw them at the PGA show. Platform golf. I'm going to make this bigger. We're going to cover both of our faces. Platform golf, if you're on the horizontal view, you can see this. If you're on the live vertically right now, you're just going to see RRaw and I. But Platform Golf is a company that builds the golf platforms that tilt. They also integrate with like Putt View, and they've got they're in the sim world, so they've got the sim platforms that you see. I've seen them at the PGA show. There's a company called GameAbove right now. GameAbove. And if you go to their website, it just says, bring forth the greatness. And there's this link to this article. And the big news is a $780 million giant, Platform Golf, partners with GameAbove to improve the off-course play and to set the standard for golf simulator competition. They want to become the main source for verified data on competition and performance of off-course golf. So what this means is Platform Golf is joining with GameAbove, and what they intend to do is build a verifiable, competitive sim tour, sim world. I mean, if this doesn't drive everything else to get better, like the SGT or like TrackMan's tournament series, I don't know what will, but I don't know how much $780 million means in software development. But what you have is you have a sim company that provides tiltable platforms, and it provides the Putt View stuff. Think of like True Golf and their Golf Zone simulators that has kind of their tour. This is the third or the fourth now tour that's going to be spinning up to create a competitive landscape for the indoor world. So, like, I'm going to have these local tournaments each week that we can go play outdoors. We have tournaments on the SGT. There's yet another company diving in to the online sim golf tournament world, building a whole platform of playable courses and competition. So, I don't know what you think of that, Rob, but it's to me, it was an eye-opener when I saw it today.
yeah. I mean, first of all, I'd like to say that, me and Triple Bogey have very good platforms, and I think it's probably a good idea that between me and Triple Bogey, we test out these tiltable floors, and feel free to drop me a message. I'll, I'll take one to try any day of the week. No, I think it's really good. There's one question that we get a lot, which is, maybe not on stream, but on people I speak to as well about golf, is how does everyone know you're being fair? How do you know you're being fair on the SGT?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know if someone's using, it that. For example, my mat is teeable turf, your mat is teeable turf, etc. Someone else is using a range mat that bounces the ball up an inch and you get a clean shot every time. That's an unfair advantage, in my opinion. So when you see that and you talk about maybe someone coming along and setting the standard of mats and everything,
Right.
that to me is like, if that's what they're talking about, if I'm reading that correctly, that's a pretty cool thing.
I think that's their goal. So they wrote, so here's how it reads. It says the indoor market is set to double by 2033, reaching nearly $4 billion. But growth has outpaced the infrastructure, and there is no universal standard for scoring. No credible way to verify competition, no system everyone trusts. GameAbove Sports is backing Platform Golf to build that system. So what they're trying to do is build a credible, verified standard. If you want to play on this tour, I don't know what it'll be yet. Maybe you have to have a certain set of equipment. Maybe you've got to hook through a certain set of software. I assume both of those are the case. And maybe what you'll see is like your local sim centers that are popping up everywhere. Now we've got in a community, you've got Back Nine Golf was the one I mentioned earlier, or you have, maybe a True Golf center. That would be a bad example because there'd be a competitor to this, but maybe you have these infrastructures that are laid out. Now you have all these buildings like you do a gym, And maybe a company like this partners with these gyms to add platform golf into there. And when I want to go do my local round, instead of driving over to, PG golf course near me, I drive over to the indoor sim and I hop on and I play my platform golf tournament. I don't know what it'll look like or if it'll be in homes or how it'll go, but I think it's really cool. It's just showing that this is really evolving as like a credible sport because there's getting enough people involved in it. And somebody sees $780 million investment being worth investing in this as a sport, as a competitive environment. So it just shows and it just reinforces what you said. Indoor golf is sexy again, or sexy now, or I think I have a shirt out there that says sim golf is greater than real golf. We have a Triple Bogey shirt that says that. I haven't sold very many, but I think it's going to start to become more and more and more true. So I'm excited for it.
I'm definitely thinking I need a t-shirt that says making golf sexy. It's gonna happen. So, yeah.
Raw golf.
I think
golf is sexy. Raw golf.
yeah. I think it's I think it's money always shows power in a sport or movement in a sport. People don't invest in something that isn't showing incredible signs of growth, and especially not $750 million.
And I imagine that's the initial investment. Like you can't tell me they're going to get $580 million into it and be like, we're done. I mean, you could. People fail fast at times and different things like that, but it's pretty cool. I mean, the last thing that I kind of read on this is they want to also give certified handicaps for playing off the course to keep track of performance. This is something like the Sim Golf Tour does, but this is going to add competition to that. It's going to either make places like the Sim Golf Tour get better, or it's going to make places like that go away. So I think when you see competition, you usually see improvement in these types of things. They want to keep handicaps, and they want to support tournament forms that meet USGA and RRaw rules. So I don't know what that'll be. Hey, Raw, we need to see a picture. You need to see your golf bag in view of the camera and make sure you're not using two golf bags. You got two sets of clubs to close your gap down. Maybe Raw's using 16 clubs in the sim over there. Yeah. And we want to make sure he's following the USGA rules, right? Or is Raw using two different golf balls on stream? He's using one for wedge shots and one for driver. What's the standard going to be? How far are they going to take this when they're talking rules?
The thing is, it's I even get asked it on my I got asked on my live last night if I've hacked the system because my drives were all going straight. like that sort of thing it's of course. I mean, I'm sure there's someone out there that could work out how to do that. I mean, if you knew me, you know that I can barely even use a laptop. So, but
I can verify this. Process. But he does have a sweet microphone now.
Well, that you helped me put together. It's true. There is questions to be asked about people that are shooting incredibly lower scores than they would ever shoot in their life. I mean, of course, it's questions to ask there, and someone that comes in and verifies that is definitely a good thing.
Yeah.
But I would also say that people like SGT, people like I don't know, TrackMan tournaments and stuff, they have that market currently monopolized, really. Let's be honest, right? So
you got to have a TrackMan equipment to play the TrackMan Tour. Yep. You gotta have
welcome it in. For someone to come in and make something that's going to change the market a little bit.
I've heard it from a couple of different content creators out there that have been talking about the sim golf stuff, and I've read it in a couple of articles. 2026 is going to be the year of the sim software, I've heard many people say. And you've got Game Day coming out for the Pro TVX. You've got GS Pro. There's whispers of changes or upgrades to what their software looks like. And now you've got this. This is a new thing. Golf Zone already has their big $100,000, big check championship that they do. I welcome it in as well. Like, bring it in. Let's make this better. If there ends up being one big tour to play, we used to have all the different video games for golf on like Xbox or the different platforms, and that's kind of consolidated into a couple of the top ones now. I would love to see this become more of a standard. I'd love to see there be actual tournaments, and for them to kind of accelerate this whole sim golf world with us, because there's just a hunger for it. I know in our Discord, we run little side tournaments I need to get one spun up again. But we run little bracket events because there isn't really a good service out there that does it. And so we just do it on the side on our own. And so I would love to, there's a hunger for it. There's like, people want to do it. If I put a tournament out in my Discord, like, hey, we're going to do a 32 person bracket tournament, it fills every time. So there's a thirst for, there's a thirst for this thing, you know? What's that?
Maybe you're the guy. Maybe you're the guy that needs the investment.
Oh gosh, yeah. Well, between the community, we can find enough people that can do the software side. But I've been, you know, people like you and me. What we're good at, where we serve this purpose, I think, in this world is, and it's my favorite part of this world, is building that community. You know, building a place where we can all come together and play golf. I think that's the best thing that we can do for all of this as content creators and whatever, YouTubers, TikTokers, whatever it is. It's building those places for us all to get together and play. And platforms like this are going to be even a greater, they're going to amplify that, because now can you go on to this GameAbove software and log into a lobby like you do on Fortnite, and there's a tournament full of 100 players.
Yeah, I mean, don't give me $500 million because it will ruin me. But but no, like honestly, like I think it's great, and I'm very proud of what we do. You know, what I do on my channel, you do on your channel, and what we do together. I'm very, very proud of it, and I think actually, I don't think we quite all realize how early we are in this game, and actually how early we've got into it in the growth, and what that might mean for us in the future. I think there's a genuine chance that something gets sexy.
Yeah. Well, with 8-year forecast right now, they're giving an 8-year forecast of a doubling. We're definitely at the beginning of this curve.
Yeah.
Where will we be in 8 years from now? I don't know. Maybe we'll be at the PGA show on like a Golf Zone stage playing in one of those finals with some team, me, you, and Big Dog, and you know who knows else, glitchy golf or whatever. But I can see this coming to where you're going to have team events. I mean, there's been esports events in stadiums. The TGL is out there doing their event stuff. Why couldn't, if there's 100,000 people playing sim golf online, that's enough $10 bill or $10 entries to create $1 million tournament. So I think there could be some really fun stuff ahead, and it just excites me. I just think the best is probably to come when it comes to that.
You know, Carl just said there about would love to see a Creator Classic tournament for the sim side, and you know, I thought about this the other day. You could make some cracking content of a simulator classic, a Creator Classic, where you know you film the whole thing in your round, and it gets pieced together as a Creator Classic, and we have a bit of big screens on in your sims with all the blokes in the background laughing and joking and bantering, and you know, it's a possibility, and it could be huge.
Yesterday, I was in a lobby. Actually, Big Dog was in there, and this is a private lobby. But we were talking, they were saying, could you stream your Discord? Could you be in Discord hanging? I was talking to them about how important the Discord was to me and how people help me out. But I also need to stream. And so like to do both has been tough. It's been tough to find time to get in there. And he's like, well, can you stream the Discord while you just hang in the Discord? And I said, I don't know if I can trust all you guys in this Discord to be with your vocals on stream. We got laughing about it. But when you say there could be some great content from Sim Golf, oh man, if you've ever been in any of these Discords, there is some great content inside these Discord streams. And if we were to film it to where we could, you know, cut some of the maybe the off-record trash talk or the, you know, maybe the things that just aren't as pleasant, we could film, you know, Discord lobbies, not do it online, and put together some sort of tournament. That would be really awesome. I think the biggest challenge, like you saw with the Creator Classic, would be the video editing side of that, right? Like to get all that content together and to create that storyline and put it out. But to start with something small, maybe you start with a single event where you have a single Discord room full of a bunch of creators, and you record that, and we edit it as a group.
I think we could do something pretty special.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I think that there's so much potential out there for this world of golf and sim golf, and Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. It excites me a lot. I get excited about it all the time when I think about it. Just what is potentially coming in the future. And this is early days for the podcast. It's early days for everything. It's just everything is early, which is good.
Big Dog says, "What do you mean trash talk?" Uh, Big Dog doesn't really have to trash talk. He just does it with his wedges. He just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you. I swear, there's been a few times where I'm just hanging in there with Big Dog. We're through like 4 or 5 holes. I'm tied or I'm one ahead, and then I make a mistake and I get frustrated. And Big Dog just plots along, a couple more birdies, and next thing you know, he's 6 shots in front of me and the round's over. So Big Dog, you don't really have to trash talk. But I'm sure I think you have your moments as well.
Well, I think like last night I nearly hole in one to par four. Um, like I'm talking like an inch.
Was it on my
I've just
tournament?
I was on someone's tournament last night. I just posted the video, and I was like, this. Imagine the scenes if that was in the middle of a tournament, like a proper money tournament that was being recorded.
It would be awesome. It'd be awesome.
It'd
And
be
I've seen
so
so
good.
many of those moments online. I wasn't there, but while we have Big Dog in the chat, he went to play that Chaos Cove course, and for the first time, they're like, "No way you can shoot under par or whatever." He holed and won the first hole. So like all these little moments that happen on, in these Discord lobbies, gosh, if you could bring them forward to the YouTube side or to the TikTok side, I think it's a great idea, and I think we probably need to explore more of the Discord room streams being brought to
Yeah,
everybody else. A lot of my favorite streams that I've ever done, they don't work as well on the TikTok side because of the vertical format. Still working on figuring that out, how to do joint content. I know on the YouTube side, it works pretty good to have a guest on. So we got to kind of figure out how that format works. And I've been solving video quality and video watchability stuff all through my time on YouTube, and I'm working on solving some of that on the TikTok side. And I think over time we're going to perfect that. And I think doing joint streams and sending these Discord rooms out there is going to be something people really want to watch.
I mean, for now, we'll just have to fly to you fly to the UK, I'll fly over there, and we'll just play together in the sim. It's easier. Talking of that, I want to go play. I want to play golf in the sun over Christmas.
You
I
want to
want
play
to
golf
fly
when?
away. I want to fly away somewhere on the 1st of January and then come back on the 4th of January. I don't know where to go. I might go to Portugal or Spain.
I mean, this sounds amazing. I don't think I can do it, but
I think it's just gonna be me. I think I was gonna be in a in a spa resort somewhere. If you're going on holiday to Portugal to some nice spa over Christmas, you may just find me sat on a sun lounger in a spa somewhere.
you need to find like a cruise line that's got a sim on it, and
Yeah. Yeah.
just vacation on the cruise and stream from the sim every night.
I was thinking about it today at work. I was like at work. I was like, ah man, I need to go. I need some sun and some golf. Like I was trying to find tickets to go somewhere. I was like Spain, Portugal. Do I have to fly to America? I don't know. America seems pretty cold as well now. And play some real nice golf somewhere, just on my own, shut off from the world.
Well,
Yeah.
if you wait like a couple more weeks and come to the States, we can meet down in Florida.
When are you going to Florida?
Let's talk about it after stream, but let's talk about it after the stream. But I'll be in Florida in January, so
Oh, wow. Okay.
you
Watch
know
out.
we'll have to
Could
see
be,
how
could
big
be.
this party needs to get. But yeah, it's we could do something definitely in January. But on the 1st of January, I'm out. So
I'm flying somewhere at the start of January. I just don't know where yet.
you still got time off, don't you?
I'm off work until the 6th of January or something.
Oh, I love it. Well, if we got any questions in the chat, we are but right at that 1 hour mark, and we're going to try to keep this under an hour because TikTok likes things less than 1 hour, or you got to upload 2 parts. So this
Yeah.
may expand and we may get longer as time goes. But any questions in the chat? Any comments in the chat? I see Garrett Snyder. Bring everyone out to Net Par 6 bays. All TrackMan. We can stream and start a TrackMan tournament. It's not a bad idea, Garrett. Not a bad idea.
I mean, like, if everyone wants to sort something out and it's just going to really happen and like a genuine thing, I will fly out.
Yeah. Don't. Yeah. Are you still doing the Find Me lives?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll start again next weekend.
Next
We had
weekend,
a
a
couple of
Find Me
weeks, 2
Live.
weeks off.
Yeah. I tried to
That's
find
one
him
of
on
the funnest
Google
things
one
about it.
weekend. He was on a Find Me Live, and I go, "You're here. I know you are." And he's like, "What?" So he wasn't. I tried using AI to use the image of where he was at to figure out where he was in England. So
I think I'll just fly out to Portugal and go to a driving range and go Find Me Now.
yeah, it could be a good time. Big Dog says, "Come on, Raw. Come to New Zealand. Queenstown is your place."
Oh, I mean, look, I'd honestly like that's the one of the things that blow my mind. So far, I've got invites to all over America, pretty much all over Europe. I've been offered to go to New Zealand, Australia, South Africa is a big one that I keep getting asked to go to. And it's like, if I was to actually fulfill all these places, I'd need to be a full-time content creator just flying around the world.
That's the problem. Is
I'm
like
gonna pay.
the international trips, you need 10 days almost.
Yeah,
So, you know, but I think what we should do is commit to 2026. We got to meet up somewhere.
100%.
So,
100%.
preferably get you across the pond because I'm a little. Preferably it's in the States.
Yeah, the States is a lot better than England when it comes to golf.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, I want to thank everybody. Raw, thank you for being patient with me in the last couple of weeks. And another fun episode. We will be on our game for next week. We're going to get a bunch of topics together. We're going to make this fun. But this is episode 3. I'm really enjoying it. I appreciate everybody out here.
It's been great.
It's been great. So thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
And guys, go follow Raw. Or go watch Raw stream. Raw's going to be streaming tonight, just after this.
I will be in like half an hour.
Half an hour. He's going straight from here to there. Raw, show him what you got going on in the bay right now. Give me that other camera view.
Hold on a second. Where's my... hang on. I wasn't prepared for this.
Wasn't prepared for this. All right.
Sorry, I'm not prepared for anything. I'm not the guy.
Hey, check that out. He's got Christmas in the bay. It's pretty
We
awesome.
got Christmas in the bay.
Yeah. He's got the Christmas tree on the left side. He's got the no lost balls on the screen. We're really doing it. So
ready to go, guys. Yeah, I mean, look, come and join into the stream. Also, go and check out Triple. Triple, when are you next live?
I might go live after you tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be it. That'll be my first normal time live on TikTok in a while. So I'll be live tonight, but that's about 6 hours away. So you go watch Raw golf, and then I'm gonna make my entrance back into TikTok. I did do a late TikTok the other night just to kind of get my feet wet. It was like 12:30 at night though. And I found out, gosh, I missed this. And so we'll be back tonight, but it'll be after Raw Golf is logging offline. You get off at like 3 a.m., which is like 9 p.m. my time. And then I get on at about 9 p.m. here in the States. So,
well, we try not to clash, don't we? So
we do. So I can't compete with the Raw Golf.
I don't want to compete with Triple Bogey. Lose all my viewers.
That's right. Well, thank you, Raw. Thank you, everybody. We're logging out. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.